a bird, an owl, sat on a branch, looks at me. She flies down in the darkness and lands next to me. She looks at me and she says, "Keep fighting." I turn, I nod and say thank you. She says, "Keep fighting. It will get better one day." She flies into an indigo pinprick sky and disappears. Walking home, more calm now. I don't want my mum to wake up, and I definitely don't want her to ask any questions. I check my face. Blood and bruise, sticks and stones, names, who cares? Don't let them in, don't let any of it in. Ice. Face, ice, chills. I fall asleep, listening to Incubus. Proud that I stood up for myself. But I never tell anyone. No one would care, right? Because people don't like gay people around here. I sleep, and I dream. I dream of flying on the back of a giant owl. We soar across oceans to from places, cities and lands, places where people smile and dance and laugh and boys kiss boys and no one fucking cares. Has just released The Golden Age of Grotesque. I have a t-shirt with the lyrics on it. I buy a ticket and I go to the gig. We wait for hours and hours and hours in line. I finally get in, go right up the front, right on the barricade, right in the middle of the mosh pit. Part of the way through his song, The Beautiful People, he spits water all over my face. I will never wash again. What are we going to tell your father? I just got 98% of my last art assignment. What are we going to tell your father? I just got a new acting agent. What are we going to tell your father? Shit, Mum, I don't know. Maybe I saved up a fuckload of money so I can get the fuck out of here. What were you thinking? What are we going to tell your dad? Not I love you. Not I'm here for you, even though I knew that she did, and she was. But the first thing that my mum said to me when I came out was, "What are we going to tell your dad?" And that was the day that it all turned to shit. Embarrassed at a neighborhood fucking barbecue because a neighbor had seen me kiss my boyfriend at the mall and mentioned how happy I looked. My dad, in all his embarrassment, shame and disappointment, came home and told me that if I was choosing to live this life, I was choosing to not have a relationship with him. Cigarettes, ecstasy, red wine, heavy rock. Cigarettes, ecstasy, red wine, heavy rock. Destroying myself due to rejection. Cigarettes, ecstasy, red wine, heavy rock. Shamed. Yet again. The Cold War continued. Eventually my mum asked me to do something about it, which probably wasn't fair for a 16-year-old. But my mum loves me more than anyone else in the world. And as her tears fell, and she looked at me, and she asked me to do something about it so that she could stop fighting her battle over me, I realized something. I became the adult because the parent was being a child. And if there was ever a moment where I would say these words that I actually hate, that is the point where I became a man. Now, by this point, I knew society hated me, or rejected me at least. But fuck society. But I wasn't ready for that to bleed into my family home. But I thought about Manson at that gig. Heeled, corseted, wearing makeup, screaming about the fear of the world and throwing it back in their face. And I thought about how society rejected him. For being himself. For speaking his truth and for being different. And I somehow took comfort in that.
Once a jolly swag man can't buy Billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree. And he sang as he watched and waited till his Billy Boyle. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Everybody now! Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his Billy Boyle. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Yes!
Sodom and Gomorrah, they were both destroyed by God because of their sin.
Bull riding the bull. He's not doing much work here. The bull should be riding the king.
You're not going to be happy until you have primary school kids being gay.
Have cried. To be firm is logical. To not cry, to not show emotion. Yeah, it is.
If you do anything a little bit odd, you're a queen.